Coronavirus and lockdowns, the combination that's capitulated these last 12 months, if you ask me. Name's Joshua, or Josh if you want. Living it out as an only child in the Midland countryside, surrounded by nothing but fields, sheep, hills, more fields, basically middle of nowhere. This is my story of finding myself inside this crazy new coronavirus world and what it took for me to discover my true calling. Cut back to all of this craziness happened. I was doing pretty well for myself, if I must say so. I mean, I was making friends quite regularly, going out clubbing, watching football, non-stop, 24/7. It was a hectic lifestyle, I must say. So when one day the TV's telling me to stay at home, I thought, well, they'll pass over by the start of the summer. Never been one for predicting anyway. It's been nearly a year since then. Been in and out of lockdowns, called to and from work, but mostly it's just the same routine repeatedly. The definition of insanity, I guess. Mum and Dad tried their best to remedy the redundancy, but all this last year's done has just made me worry about me and my future. I wanted to get into the music industry since my guitar has basically become my new best friend over the lockdown, but I thought I couldn't do that here in the middle of nowhere. So I came up with a crazy plan. I'd always wanted to escape to my nearby city, ever since I kept on hearing these amazing stories about it and how great it was. So given this COVID time is just making time tick by so quickly, why wait? I got my bags packed, most of the essentials for the journey, well, minus the guitar, because I'm certainly not got the muscle to carry around two big items at once. As I sat on the bus towards my dreams, I just started to have my usual visions of what I thought it would look like, almost like Van Gogh, but less technical, I guess. I felt my phone buzz, but I just passed it off as one of those useless Twitter or Facebook messages you get every day. Then I got there, and it was far from what I thought it would be. Cold, empty. It felt like I'd just stepped off into a living city graveyard. I spent a few days wondering, just trying to take it all in, trying to have it make sense. I thought the place would be strong and booming, but it was just walking around a bigger version of what my home was like. I ended up inside the local supermarket store after endless amounts of travelling. Just tried to escape the wilderness. Got a Wi-Fi connection, and then my phone buzzed like mad. So I checked to see what all the commotion was about. You have missed 2 calls. Mum, where are you? Please call us. I then lifted my head up, and then I realised the truth. Most of the people who were around me and had been walking past me on the streets, they were identical to me. On their own, bag on their back, looking lost and hopeless on the quest for a purpose. I thought what I was doing was to try and find a purpose and stand out, but all I did was just join in with these crowds of people doing the same thing and failing. I actually had people back home who cared about me and wanted to help me. Maybe if I just spent less time with my headphones on, I would have seen it earlier. That was my mind made up. My true calling wasn't this fake dream city, it was back here where I was all along, but this time I wouldn't try to push it. Instead I'd bide my time to let my mum and dad be in my dreams and my aspirations. And so off I went, back home. And that brings me here. Well, full circle with where this whole story began. You know, maybe it didn't go exactly as planned, but sometimes in life we've got to go through our lows to get to our highest, I guess. I know that whatever my future holds for me, or all the crazy things that have happened around us all, that time will come, just as long as I'm patient. At least while I was gone, my mum and dad kept all my guitars in good nick, so that's something, I guess. Which reminds me, got a little something that I came up with whilst I was on my journey. Nice little song, based on my experiences, I guess. At least after all this, I came out with something, but if I were you, I'd probably cut your ears to this part.